Hello and welcome back everyone to Last Level Press. I'm Mr. Black and I've returned once more to Survarium. I've explored some of the new content from the recent update and I've come to realize, as far as equipment is concerned, not only was each faction completely rebalanced, but a veritable arsenal of new gear was added to each. And so I wanted to take a little moment to explore some of that with you all. I'm actually rather pleased with the art direction of some of the new items and the fact that it seems as though each of the factions were, as I mentioned, adjusted such that they have now appropriate gear spanning all 10 gear levels. And so the survivors, the scavengers, are now equipped with the Shabby set. It seems as though there is now also the Saboteur set. And a little note, I noticed as well that while the usual factions, which as for the defaults were only spanning levels 1 through 5 previously, if I recall correctly, and now they span 1 through 10, certain previous sets of equipment were relegated to higher tiers than I currently have unlocked. And yet, even though that's the case, I still retroactively keep any of those items that I previously acquired such that they're not simply removed retroactively from my inventory. And so I thank Vostok for that, as it means that I can actually make use of the reinforced padded gear, even though I currently lack the actual level with the scavengers to have unlocked it. So the Pathfinder set is also new. As for the black market, I've kind of shifted in my path of unlocks in terms of the factions with this game, as now I am very interested in some of the gear set for the new Black Market and Fringe Settlers sets. So as for the Black Market, it seems as though we are looking at mostly higher tier new equipment. I like the fact that now there is the SOCOM 16, essentially an M14, added to their weapons. I love the look of the Viper set, as well as the Watchman, and a little of the Omicron set. I especially like the look of the Omicron boots, all of which are new, as are some of these new weapons, like the HK-416, which I am very much anticipating acquiring. And as for the Renaissance Army, which I still have a special place in my heart for, a lot of their new gear is at the lower tiers. So there's now the Private set, the Paratrooper set, and a couple of others. Where are these other new boots? Where are they? Seems as though I think the OZK is a new set. I could be mistaken, however. And as you can see, a lot of new items are added to each faction. Like the AK-12 is a new high-tier weapon. So I'm actually a fan of the new faction restructure, as it means that, as I mentioned previously, there's a much wider range of variety available at every tier. It's not as though one shifts from seeing only gear of these couple of factions, and then as one reaches higher tiers, only these couple of factions. Now there are all factions available to choose gear from at all levels, and I like the variety that allows for. I've also participated in a little league play. As you can see, I am now of the Researchers League, which puts me a little less than halfway up the tiers, and I've enjoyed myself. I confess I still lack a comprehensive understanding of the way the league system, especially the ranking aspect of it, actually functions. And the way it works, I've enjoyed myself either way. As I understand it, and I could be very mistaken, so feel free to correct me here, it seems as though the matchmaker is kind of off when it comes to league play. One can come to the table with as much and as high tier or low tier gear as possible. However, it seems as though the cost for, I think, repairs or sort of the punishment for performing poorly is much higher, and so the more expensive gear one takes with one into those matches, the higher the risk of not coming out in the black, as it were, for one's end-of-match revenue, much less any of the points that one accrues for the purposes of rising through the ranks. And I've enjoyed it. I've usually used this gear setup that you're looking at now for my league play, as it means I've sets and items available for 2 different sets of equipment items. I've also got the ability to now pick up 2 different artifacts. The Larkspur artifact has become a quick favorite of mine, as it means I can heal injuries, even those sustained from stepping into anomalies, and I've got a middle of the road in terms of ballistic and isolation protection. So I've usually run levels 3 to 4 in League and performed fairly well. I rose up to the... what was the name of it? The Survivors League in a single night's worth of League play and researchers after a couple of days. And so I've enjoyed that, and that's only investing a couple of hours into each session. So I also like the fact that it's not simply a matter of these passive boosts to the accrual rates of faction standing, of character level, and of silver. However, one is also rewarded with a unique weapon depending upon the rank one acquires at the end of each league season. So currently, there is less than a day remaining in the current league season, which is why I'm recording this now, as I wanted to actually record this moment, as it means I will reward with the HK-MP7 at a blue rank, so I will have one random modifier on it, and what that means is that's a weapon I'll have access to. However, I wonder if I'll have access to its ammunition, that I would ordinarily need to be of Centurion rank in the black market to unlock, and that's just to unlock the unmodified version of it. So, I think that's all I wanted to cover prior to hopping into a match. As for the actual match content, I am testing some of the new gear, the Shabby set, which I'm also using a couple of items of a slightly higher tier. However, I want to kind of see how this runs. I've currently got myself set up to use slugs, I think, yes, through my Baikal. I love the Baikal. It is a shotgun utilizable at any range, especially at low tiers, and I am anticipating this to be a sort of hit-and-run set of gear, as I think I've a relatively reasonable expectation of survivability through anomalies as well as minor ballistic protection. So, let us start the matchmaker and hope I can connect. However, I anticipate a crash, unfortunately, as without fail, every single time I've connected to a match since the recent update, I'll connect, crash immediately, and then I'll reconnect into the game, and it will automatically drop me into the match I connected to a moment previously. However, it's a matter of convenience. It's kind of annoying for it to crash so consistently. It means it's a fundamental flaw within the new systems implemented in the 0.28 update, so I'm hoping those are rectified in 0.29, which, judging from the announcements Vostok have recently made, will finally degray this workshop tab. I'm unclear exactly on the specific functions of what the workshop will entail. However, it will allow for somewhat more detailed weapon modification. I've seen a couple of screenshots. It seems as though new stocks and barrels and I think optics are coming, and I'm anticipating that very highly, as I've like thirsted and craved the weapon customization, although I don't think I can pay for it with vodka bottles. I'm sorry, this is not Call of Pripyat. So I'm anticipating that, and from what I've read, it seems as though one can deconstruct extra weapons to essentially part those out for the purposes of modifying other weapons, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to further ability to customize one's gear and one's playstyle within Survarium. And so at this point, I'm essentially stalling for time. It seems as though there are currently only a few people running at low tiers. Currently 12 are searching for what looks as though I think a higher tier match. So unfortunately I may have to switch over to my s.t.a.l.k.e.r League set. However, I am still anticipating running with this set, so I'll cut for now and resume once I've found a match. I found a match! Don't crash. Please don't crash. You've crashed every single time I've ever connected to a match this entire time. It didn't crash! I am completely amazed! Alright then, this is good. I like this news. Perhaps recording is simply good luck charm. It's as though I've got an artifact on my belt. I've got the star artifact. Yes, alright then. So, I need to switch to my alternate set of gear, although it seems as though, judging from my comrades, I am a little outgunned, so I may need to switch mid-match to my other set. Alright. Now, another note while I'm here is that I think I've noticed an increase in the variety of weather conditions present within each map whenever one spawns. I've played on this map in low light, in inclement weather like the present scenario, in bright lights as though it were the middle of the afternoon. And so I think s.t.a.l.k.e.r are increasing the amount of variability in the weather conditions. And I like the idea of that. As it means, whoa, hi there. I hear a lot of action, only a little ways away. Alright, you are clearing off that doorway. Yeah, I'm hung up. Alright. And I am anticipating recording a few more episodes in the near future of Survarium. I have a certain idea for an nice shot episode to come, which I think you all will enjoy. It is a little gimmicky, I know. However, some of the fun things in life are. Alright, so as I mentioned previously, I am an immense fan of this particular shotgun, as loaded with slugs, almost any shotgun in this game I've noticed, is tremendously effective at even a range. And the bicall, it seems, is relatively accurate as shotguns are concerned, which has led me on a number of occasions to think of myself as a sort of a shotgun sniper with this. And I enjoy it. Alright, it seems as though this version of this map is not a gas field. Ow, here! Ow! Nice shot! Crap, I'm bleeding. And also of note, now that it is deathly applicable to me, is that the recent update placed an increased emphasis upon wound management. I hit you. Alright, he was finished by a comrade. I am about to die. No, I've stabilized. No, I haven't. Oh, that's an anomaly forming right next to me! Hi there, could you not? Alright. So it seems as though if I stay crouched and I move slowly, I don't exacerbate my bleeding. Never mind that I'm at 4% health. Alright. So I probably need to revise some of my equipment loadouts such that I'm carrying bandages with me, as there's now a high percentage for wounds to bleed. Ow! A single round would have killed me. Alright, I'll respawn with this. It seems as though some of those shotgun rounds weren't ripping through enemies the way I might like, so I think in the next respawn I'll switch to my SMG. And that SMG, I'll note a little more once I switch to it, is another one of those that was at one time only available as a premium item. However, now there is a non-premium analog acquirable through the in-game silver currency. And I like that. I'm always a fan of when there is no question of whether or not an item is disruptive to balance due to the fact that there is a stat-identical analog that may simply lack a couple of the passive silver and XP accrual increased modifications that the otherwise premium version allows for. And as I've mentioned on a number of occasions, those types of unique modifications don't affect the mid-match balance whatsoever, as it means that they're simply increasing the end-of-match rewards that one would receive, and that doesn't disrupt the gameplay at all, because yeah, one can put those increased rewards toward buying higher tier weapons, etc. However, once one makes use of those higher tier bits of gear, it means one will be matched to higher tier matches, as one should be, so there's no disruption to be had there. However, there's an atmospheric disruption right there, and you're kind of odd. Alright, let's put this thing to use. I'm not sure whether or not I need to use any of my oxygen on this, but I'll take that. Alright. Artifact Hunter. I forgot. I lack an artifact slot for this. Oh well, at least I cleared off that path. Hi there. Nope, 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 nope. They have their defense on lock. Alright, reload. I'm a sitting duck. I know you're over there. I can see a couple of you. I hit him. I hit him severely. Because I've also noticed that the size of the hit confirmation reticle that appears indicates the amount of damage dealt with each shot. And the severity of the injury. And of course a red reticle indicates a kill shot. Can I demonstrate it? Come on. Ah! Nope. I was killed with a PPSH. That is kind of embarrassing. Alright, so to the other loadouts I go. And as I mentioned, this is a weapon that I've only recently acquired, as it was only recently added as a non-premium analog to the premium version. I'm also kind of a fan of its model, as you'll notice, if I reload, it's actually making use of, like, a double stacked magazine, one next to the other, and I like that. I kind of hope that that's an indication of a potential modification for other weapons, at least those that are magazine-fed, in the workshop update. As I'm just a fan of certain little elements like that. Come on, get him. Oh, this is not an effective range for this. Alright. Whoa, ow! I only saw him the second his muzzle flash started giving him away, and by that time, he was firing on my chest and my legs. I just had a bad day. I am not performing well at all. I swear, it's not usually like this. All these Russian snipers. I swear it's like I'm at the Euromaidan or something. I'm sorry, shots fired. Let's see. I'll close on this flank, because it seems as though they lack... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, they're moving. They're trying to flank us on this flank. Crap. Not good. Not good at all. Alright, so the one knows I'm here. I wonder if the other does. Where is he? Ah! This is not an effective range to engage him with this weapon! Which means I need to close. Alright, move on. Move up. Suppressive fire! Does this hurt me? No? Or, ow! A Remington 700 to the frickin' thigh does! Nice shot to the femoral artery. I've watered the plants with my blood, and I'm environmentally sensitive. I'm recycling myself. Truly the greatest sacrifice a stalker can make for a man who loves the zone. He feeds himself to it, because that's not creepy at all. Alright. I'm assuming, because my guys are moving freely, that they managed to take care of that guy. I'm assuming my death helped to reveal his presence as a threat to our advance. Alright, good. So we've stopped their advance on this flank. Now let's move a little more carefully. And another thing recently announced from Vostok is that the next update is supposed to come with a Killcam. And I'll be completely honest, I'm not a fan of that, as that usually tends to lend itself to much more mobile run-and-gun sorts of gameplay experiences, and while I don't resent those types of gameplay setups, I just don't think that, one, the atmosphere, and two, the controls of Survarium lend themselves to that kind of gameplay. It's a somewhat more plodding, methodical sort of game, as it's not as, say, responsive, as snappy as some of the other more Twitch-oriented shooters. Oh no! Oh, you've got backup! I see him up there. Coming for you. Grenade up! And so I wonder if the Killcam will only make sniping that much more difficult and unrewarding as it currently can be already. Oh, hi there. Found you. Found you in the bushes. Alright, the tile grass cannot protect you from me. So, whoa, hi there. Ow. Nice. I've thankfully seen that Vostok have hosted a poll on their forums, which I encourage any of you who have any opinion one way or another, whether you agree with me or not, but who are concerned with the state of Survarium's future, to follow the link that, if I remember, I'll attempt to leave in the description, such that you can cast your vote as well, and help them shape the decisions for the future of the game, as Vostok are, as always, rather open to community suggestion. Ah, nice shot. And as I mentioned, I've voted against it. However, I won't necessarily urge any of you to. I'll simply urge you to think critically about it and cast your vote with as much thought as possible, not necessarily on a knee-jerk impulse, as again, I recognize the value of a kill cam in certain scenarios. In very mobile games, it can be a benefit. I just don't see it functioning as such in Survarium, as it disarms a certain amount of the tactical concern of certain, like, approaches to the game. I would suggest the option of certain matches ending up as, say, hardcore matches, or for the ability to allow players to create their own matches and to set whether or not it is an ordinary match or a hardcore match, and for, of course, the hardcore to lack a kill cam, etc. However, at this stage, further segregation of the already very segregated player community, which has led to, as s.t.a.l.k.e.r is very much aware, significantly increased lengths of wait time for matchmaking, I don't see as an amicable solution to that issue. Alright, anyway. I think that's about all I have in terms of notes for what is to come. Hi! You should check your 6. Alright. Yep. Yeah. Found ya. Alright. And while I recognize that some criticism can be made for the fact that Survarium is already moving toward a somewhat more run-and-gun experience with things like the kill streaks, the thing is those kill streaks are very superficial. They are unrewarding insofar as any sort of in-game reward. They're simply a visual congratulations for having done well. At least as far as I know. I'm unaware of any actual mechanical reward for achieving a kill streak. Alright. Whoa! I saw that grenade! Okay, it went off over there. Whoa! Hi there. Gotcha. I've taken to trapping corners and doorways after I take cover, as it usually means that, sometimes at least, assailants who have come to kill me will be caught by the trap. Sometimes even posthumously, as they retreat from my position, and then they realize, oh no, great jaw of steel and iron has caught my leg. This is unfortunate position for me. I should kill myself, as it means I would stop suffering. However, I could just drink vodka and have same outcome, and hopefully Yuri will come and save me. Right, Yuri? Right? Yuri? Nope. Yuri's out there drinking with Ivan again. I'm sorry. What the... What was that? I just... Oh, hi! Hi! Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold on, hold on, no. No, no, no. I saw the kill confirmation! Stay dead. Ow! Ow! Stop it! Stop it! Nope, nope, nope. Reload, 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 reload. Quickly. Granato! Grenade out! Ah! Oh! Oh! I am alive! Oh! Alright, a lot just happened all at once. And I am still alive. Oh, hi. Yeah! Alright. Oh, I know what that sound means. I heard a shot strike right next to me, and I think I saw the muzzle flash in that window. Okay. Whoa! 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 Oh, Lady Luck, you are on my side today! Because I recognize that was all luck. Oh! I am lucky that they missed the first time, that I turned the right direction to see where they were. Ah! And my luck ran out. I should have retreated. I should have retreated. I was so far overextended. Alright. Yeah, are you ever going to move? Yes, alright. You're not AFK, you're just waiting at the window with a long arm, which is acceptable. Alright. I wanted to make sure. So, alright, the match is almost over. 5 seconds remaining. And so I've enjoyed this session. Now then. Victory! Ransack Stash. Ooh, a free AKM. I could use that to modify my existing AKM. Which stash should I search? I like this. I've also realized a certain advantage to this, as it means that one is now a little more aware of exactly what one might find, and it means that one isn't necessarily always using any stash maps one might have at complete random. It means that one can reserve stash maps for when one knows that there's something one wants within the possibility of items to find in any given search, and so you can kind of collect them and then use them all at once if there's something you really want and make sure that you get it. So I'll search the center building. AKM? No. Smoke grenade. Alright. Now, what else have I received in reward? A fair amount! A lot of silver. Alright. I was kind of middle of the road. I earned quite a few of these little challenge coins. Alright. I've also reached new level. Level 23. Open character, and I'm one peg away from unlocking the next stage here, so I think I'll drop into Trigger Discipline, which now opens up Iron Lungs, Accuracy, Firm Grip, and Reload. I want all the reload speed in all the worlds. Alright. So, other than that... Did I not confirm that? No, I didn't confirm that. I'm sorry. No, not cancel. Confirm. I've not had that much at all vodka in this day. So, that about covers the coverage of mine for the recent update to Survarium. As I mentioned, another is to come in the relatively near future, and I'll cover that as well, as I am very, very curious about the workshop. And I'm also curious as to whether or not there is anything in particular that you all want me to try. Again, I have another idea for an episode to come, and I've received a couple of questions in the comments of previous videos regarding certain weapons and gear loadouts that people have wanted me to try, so let me know if there's anything that you guys want to see me try out. I've yet to really make an anomaly hunter, as it were, and so I'm kind of curious to do that and to ratchet up as much isolation as I can and see if I can make it an applicable, viable tactic to hide within anomalies and use those as not only visual distortion around where I am, but as a means of keeping those who are using, say, SMGs or shotguns, those requiring close range, away from me as they fear to tread where I then sit. I'm not sure at all if it's a viable tactic. However, I think it could be, and I think that would make for a very interesting gameplay style. I usually try to avoid anomalies currently and only pass through them as a last-ditch resort if I need to retreat and hope someone isn't willing to follow me through one, or if I need to simply get through one in order to, you know, pass a certain hall and reach allies, etc., etc. So let me know what you guys want to see. Other than that, I'll cover Survarium further as it updates. I'm Mr. Black here at Last Level Press, and as always, I wish you all good gaming and Godspeed. Jesus! Hi!